All right. Well, good evening, everybody. This is Critic here, and welcome to our very first DAWGcast. As you can see, we have done some pretty nice things. We've added some overlays here. We've got the DAWG division down here on the bottom right. We have DAWGcast on the top right, and the rest is self-explanatory. But this is for you, the DAWG division. This is on a 30-minute delay, so hopefully there won't be any stream sniping. But this is to showcase you all and show off some of your skills. So let's have some fun. I'm gonna sign in here. Gotta do a couple things. Just gonna mute it here for a minute. I'll be right back. All right, I've returned. I have my things together. So let's have some fun. Let's see what's going on here. So we are on the Axis side. It's the blue side tonight. It's the red side, as people call the raspberries, are the Allies. Looks like they're going to be fighting over Chapel. Take a look at the map. We got Sunken Bridge at the top. A battery. You know, this should be pretty nice for the raspberries, at least having some distance between a battery and Red House. Sometimes it can get pretty dicey on the spectrum. So let's see what's going on. Hope you like my streaming voice. I practiced all day. Oh yeah, nice full truck there. A squish on top, along with live wet nudes. Look at all those guys. Looks like raspberries had a nice start here. I don't see, yeah, the blueberries not so much. I wonder what happened. Oh, maybe they got the truck stuck. I have no idea. But they're not having fun, I can tell you that, though. It's quite the gap here. Alright, and because I am streaming for the DAWG division, I'm going to spend some time following some DAWGs. Now, if you're newer, I might not know who you are. Apologies, I'll get to know you. But we got Squish over here. Wood Wizard. That might be all I know right now. Let's see how this goes here. So, got some gunfire going on. Looks like the blueberries are going to try to cross this field here. Got Squish going full Rambo mode. Just going to take them all on his own. As support, maybe he'll drop some supplies over here and help his teammates out. He is a DAWG. Nuke him. Noodle? I don't know if you are. But I like the name. Let's just step back here while I get oriented. Y'all enjoy the battle. Explosions. This was a nice tank battle. Got a Stewart. Take out the Dukes. Too easy for you. And the Stewart takes down the Dukes. Alright. So the Blueberries are making some progress up the road here. However, you can see pretty good map control still from the Raspberries. Look at all these nice garrisons here on this blue line. Should help out the Axis here pretty well. Let's see what Wombat's looking at over here. Shots out on the field there. They're just ducks. There we go, Mr. Shotgun. Glass of juice. Ready to make it rain. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate for you. Raspberries are putting the beat down, it seems. We'll see. It's a long match. 9 minutes. However, it looks like the Blueberries are making a nice play. Shifting to the north. Let's get a gander at this spa. Who's out there making it rain? Let's see if old Critic can figure out how to use his map. Now, this is my first stream, so if it looks like I'm lost in the sauce, it is because I'm lost in the sauce. I don't know where this SPA is. You probably saw it. Whatever. Let's see what's going on. Comes some static artillery. Nice little push here. Send everybody in the server a message here letting them know I'm streaming. I don't want nobody getting upset with me. If you can hear my wife laughing in the background, she's probably watching some TikToks. She had a long day. She worked a 12-hour shift today. Look at that. So official with my messages. Alright, let's get caught up here. What do we got here? We got a nice medium tank here. We got the DAWG. Taste for racism. No comment. Alright, we got the blue team still trying to shove it up the gut. Got kind of a blue and red rainbow. However, it looks like the Raspberries still have solid control of the map as they're taking on Sunken Bridge here too. Let's go check it out. Alright, who we got? We got the commander. The guy. Oh no, that's a one-legged nun with War Pig. And a whole bunch of dudes that just spawned. Where are they spawning off? We've got a nice garrison here. Let's follow them. Let's follow this squad. Oh. R.I.P. Got Cam. Glass of juice. We saw earlier with his shotgun. Taking on Firefighter. Let's see what Firefighter does here. The guy just driving right into it. Glass of juice. What's he gonna do? Maybe place a satchel over here. Oh, let's listen. Alright, Firefighter comes in, takes him out, makes him eat the grass. Alright, however, we got a commander over here and a commander over here. Let's watch the commander duel. The guy's getting in his truck. Oh, he dropped some supplies just in time. As Mr. Nunn gets beat down. Looks like the blueberries here taking control. Maybe not. Cap weight's starting to shift a bit. All right. I have returned. Just talking to my wife. Looks like they got that SPA marked over here. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Here it comes. Would still be the same medium. It's very spicy over here. Let's see what Netanyahu can do, taking a break from his everyday job. I think he sees walnuts over there. Maybe. What do we got? Nuke him. Oh, he's getting popped. Netanyahu doing a little bit of a search and destroy here. smelly. Calling the shots. Just giving it a push straight up the gut here towards this SPA. Oh, we got res in the SPA. Don't think he's going to be able to take out this tiger. We'll watch for some cinematic beauty. It's okay, res. That's what it got me to. Alright, let's see what else we got going on over here. Fly across the map. Oh, look at all of these. I wasn't even watching the cat progress. Look at all these blueberries over here starting to take the chapel. Nice P4 rolling up. Not really anybody for them to take on over there. However, looks like the raspberries are trying to get their crap together. Maybe make a push. Alright. And the chapel goes to the axis. Allies are dropping some supplies. However, it's a little bit too late. Don't really have many garrisons going on over here. They got one right here. Up an AA battery. Looks like they'll be okay for now. Be a good time for the Axis commander to drop an overhead, maybe catch them with their pants down. However, look at all that red across the map. It's a beautiful thing. We got Bilbo over here. Bilbo maybe trying to start the push for the Axis onto the point. However, not sure he sees Squish back there. If he hasn't already, he probably dropped his outpost. Blueberries. Down. Private idiot. Let's see if he really is an idiot. Alright, Mr. Idiot. Show us what you got. Unless there's a spawn point back here. Nah, looks like they might have just snuck up behind him there. Cam, the Rocket Man, takes down AO 73316. Let's see, does he have any more rockets? No. Or we will never find out. That was retarded, dude. Alright, let's see what else. Did he take out the Gary? No, he did not, but he's going to give it his all. Drop this commander already now. Looks like they dropped their Gary in the mud, which seems to be going in their favor. Got a nice fight going on here. My God, there's body parts everywhere. Dead people. I'm sure he had a nice family. Let's see what else. And I'm realizing I'm saying that a lot, so be next. Maybe. Yeah, I think it must be that SPA shooting down on him. Let's see if Chewie can hold it down here. Nope. He's bleeding. Gets mowed down by a wombat. Sergeant Slick not making a slick move, watching that way when he should have been watching that way. But it's okay. I hear wombats are sneaky. Look at him. Diving down as he takes fire from Wood Wizard and Taji Wood. Let's see what they do here. Wood Wizard laying some hate with his M1. Pops Wombat, not afraid of his square-shaped poo. Let's see what you got, Wood Wizard. Taking some fire. Wizards gonna go back. He plays some defense. What's he doing here? Oh, he's putting his outpost up. That's a pro move. A lot of people don't know how to do that. You see, if you never played Hell Let Loose before, there are several places you can spawn. You can spawn outposts that your squad leaders can set down for you, or you can spawn off of garrisons. Only squads, a single squad, can spawn off of an outpost, but the whole team can spawn off of a garrison. It's a beautiful thing. However, when you're playing these pub matches, sometimes you're just waiting forever. So when you got squad leaders like Wood Wizard laying the hate, taking out wombats, dropping outposts, that's a pro. You don't see that. You got Cam. Can't see what's going on. Cam hits the Panzer. Hits it again. Does he have another rocket? Is he reloading? What's he got? Oh, Cam just makes a mess. The Axis. Wood Wizard gets gunned down. Dies in the field with his men. Posthumous Medal of Honor winner right there. Alright. We got real note. I don't know, man. If you got a name like that, I'm not even gonna pronounce it. Let's go over here. We got Vito. Vito playing some recon, maybe popping flares. Looking for the Gary. Looks like he found it. Did he find it? Maybe. Command chat must be too loud. He didn't hear the radio from the Gary, but could also be going for kills. Adding the stats. Let's go, Don Vito. Give him the old Bam March era. He's gonna get shot in the oh, there he is. There he goes. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. And he gets shot down. I don't know if John Coffey got him or what. But if he did, he got him with a pistol. And it's pretty badass. Alright. Firefighter. John Coffey. Hugo Stiglitz. Got quite a few dogs back here holding it down. Looks like the battle's kind of shifted here. I think this is WN4, not to be confused with WN7. As the blueberries look to gain control of these barns. Now, rumor has it, in real life, these barns were not used for cows. As you can see, these are horse stables. Who puts a cow in there? But it doesn't end there. These are not horse stables. They actually use these to, let's go watch Squish because I don't have a joke. Alright, it's Squish. Oh, the Squish gets the last laugh as he takes out the Barn Gary. Now, to finish my joke, I didn't know where I was going with that, so forget it. Let's see, what do we got over here? We got AA Battery and Gandalf the Saggy. Where's the dog? What else we got? Shadowed Warrior. Looks like they're gonna maybe contest this point a bit. Make the allies get a little bit of diarrhea here. Jarhead, not sure if you're lagging out or if you're okay. Alright. We got Shadow Warrior making sure. Oh, we got War Pig spawning. Papa John. Oh. And they turned Shadowed Warrior into meat. Alright. War Pig over here holding it down. Trying to take out Gandalf the Saggy, who sets down a proxy satchel. Very interesting. Very interesting. Don't think War Pig's gonna see that, but he is gonna see his feet. Let's see, War Pig. Don't think you know that satchel's there. I don't think Papa John tweets you know it's there. Might be a little messy. Let's see. Oh. Some MV pushing in. And Papa John is turned into pizza. It's easy for you, however. We're here on the east side, holding it down on his own. And while all this is happening, it looks like the Allies are starting to take the chapel. Missing all the action as you scream at the screen at home. Let's see what Lieutenant General Cossey has got for us here. Crawling through the meats. Having some fun. Gets up for a bit of a run here. Going with the old I'm up. He sees me, I'm down approach. Some nice rockets coming in. This guy must like laundry because he's gonna crawl the whole way. And we are not gonna watch any more of that. So Sergeant Hill takes them on advisor here. Using the bushes. Sergeant Hill got familiar with that. Visor not only blows out his eardrums, he takes out his life, and here comes the party. We got Chicken and Spy, who's no longer with us. All kinds of shooting over here. Pop-Tart. We got my dog growling in the background. General Res, show us what you got with your AT skills. You're getting shot at. Never mind, that's a friendly tank. Where's that tank at? Alright, I found the tank. Got same people as well as cutlets. some hate. There's others giving it to him. All that's happening. It looks like sunken bridge. Really, having a hard time over here. Papa John, who we just saw get turned into pizza. Soup. Yahoo. And Christmas. We got soup, juice, and Papa John. Flaming moose, we'll count that for food. But yeah, definitely Germans don't have a spawn going on over here. To make the long run. Is that radar station? Mammoth radar. Let's see, can this Luke save the day? Got a one-man Luke's. What do we got there? I don't know. Let's see what he does. German airhead? I don't know how to read the map and everything again, guys. Just go with it. What does it look now? There is a Allied Sherman somewhere around here. Let's see, is it coming? Oh yes, here it comes. Let's go see what they can do. Oh, we got Gandalf the Saggy getting the satchel on just in time for the camera. Looks like Swifty moves, whatever that, and smooth playa. I can enjoy a nice campfire on the heat of their bodies. On the Papa John getting blown up again. And then Yahoo. No, he might be okay. However, there's going to be a lot of death here. The Allied tank goes down thanks to Gandalf the Saggy. Right. Looks like the Allies are taking strong control of Sunken Bridge as they get smoked with a shot from the SPA. I imagine as most people play this map. Yep, just what I was gonna say. Got a nice garrison inside. Usually this is the best place to put the garrison, is inside this bunker. And I'm stuck. Alright, got out. It's a nice spot for the garrison. Can usually help with hanging out for a bit. It can be a tough point to take, however, a lot of times commanders like to drop an airhead back here. Got Corporal Lucky on the SPA. Let's follow his next shot. Let's see how it goes. I might be too slow, but we're gonna give it our all. Alright. What you got? Alright. Looks like he's got some accurate shots, just nobody on there. Props to him though, because I know I can't drive that SPA. Well, I can drive it, I can't shoot. Looks like they know what they're doing here. War Pig, Hindenburger, holding the trenches. More SPA fire coming down. So it's just a little gunplay here between these blueberries and raspberries. Soup, Pain, Madrigal, and Albania. Looks like Soup does another coming in. Neither does Pain. And he gets popped by the Axis machine. Great skull. He might see what's up. Probably knows that they're pushing up. Gonna use the concealment of the smoke and the cover of the hedge as he approaches Madrigal. Let's see what he does, yeah. Rocking the rifleman loadout. I respect it because I don't do it. I am too much of a grump for that. Can he pop noodle? I don't think so. Must have been a grenade. Our SPA. Nice line here. Raspberries are doing a pretty nice job spreading out. Blueberry's doing the same. A little bit of a front going. Looks like the main ways that the blueberries are going to be able to get in are up these hedges and these rows, or roads, as I learn English tonight. Glass of Juice has been all over the map. Castle 13. Sure that's a reference to something that I know nothing about. Maybe it's a book. Is it a book? Not sure. There's some angry blueberries trying to push up here through the smoke. Advisor James Mason taking on Taji Wood. Don't think they know he's there though. It's a nice shot by Advisor. Alright, here we go. Cozy with his crawling. Pays off for him this time. Gotta have some holes in those jeans though, dude. Playing the medic role. Popping people with his pistol. Looks like cap weight's flickering a bit here on Sunken Bridge as the blueberries get a nice push. Sergeant Guts. Everybody's taking on some fire here from, who's that? Can't see. Because they're dead. And, alright, pretty decent rocket. Bring it down just a little bit. Got Madrigal still going up the middle. Along with his buddies, Walnuts, Castle 13. Can make a nice run here unless Spy intends to ruin the day. Oh! Some nice smoke from the SPA. Really helping out these blueberries. Helping out a whole squad here coming in. Looks like they know Spy is there. Vibes. And Spy gets cooked for Sunday dinner. Yeah, some of these blueberries are making a nice push here on the edge. Maybe they're coming off of a outpost, something. I'm sure if I looked, I'd find it. Maybe not. Maybe not. Nevertheless, they're getting on the point. Everybody's catching on fire. Madrigal. He's everywhere. Runs around a mine. And he gets gunned down from Papa John. John with the BAR. Man, if I was him, I'd be in such a bad mood right now. Workster and Noodle, both running the medic class. Satchel Pool Boy and General Coasty, who's also running the medic class. Looks like Netanyahu's taking some time out of his busy schedule to join us over here as well. Some nice camo on. That SPA fire is just raining down. It's raining. Glass of juice. Gonna spill over into enemy territory. Looks like they're gonna sort of sneak by. Take some fire from Kilroy. We got Private Alfredo over here. Kilroy. Gladiator pops a flare for his teammates. Looks like I can't see it, but he did it. Promise. These berries have a nice line. Might want to spread these outposts out a bit, but again, it's a public match. So the blueberries just take it head on to the point. The raspberries look to wrap around. As you can see, they're making this nice little half moon. Squeezing the axis into the corner of the map. Here we got Dark Doom. Almost runs over Young Lean 99. But gets drilled by Cam. Looks like these blueberries are having some fun over here. Nuke 'em on the MG, as well as Advisor. This nice AT gun. Wonder what he sees. Scanning the area. Allies are making a real nice push here. Getting back to the HQ. Lots of SPA play here, but it looks like it's not gonna last very long. Let's see if Papa John's got a satchel, although he's already got it, and he's coming. He might get the double kill. Let's see. Can he do it? He takes out Killer. Looks like Cam might get one of the SPAs. Papa John gets a nice satchel down. Taylor jumps out. And it looks like just a couple luckies left. However, the satchel's probably gonna cause the end of everyone. Nothing could get away. Nice satchel by Papa John. Had a squad of blueberries pulling the Alamo here. Getting squeezed from every direction. Not getting much help from their team up on the sunken bridge. looks pretty spicy over there, however. Those blueberries need some help. Doesn't look like there's any spawn points here. That's probably going to be the end of the game. Now, for those of you that don't know, because I hear lots of rumors and lore about this in public matches, but I'm going to tell you what the reality is. Now, when the enemies are capturing your last point, the HQ parallel to that point is locked out. So the Axis cannot spawn in this HQ. In column A. People say, well, if you build a garrison there, and you know what? The game's not over. I was not watching the cap race. But while we're here, while the enemies are capturing your last point, the HQ that's parallel to it is locked out. You cannot spawn there. It doesn't matter if you build a garrison there or what you do. The only way to lock out that HQ is to start capturing. Right. Wasn't watching the cameras. Definitely liked in favor of the Axis who took the point there. Obviously. A lot of rocket play tonight. Yeah, the cutlets, tasteful, and the Z-DAWG. Back up here to the 76, a better loadout, of course. Compared to their medium tank. Shrink can try to steer it. However, put a little bit too much gas in. I don't know what it looks like. The field of battle. Gonna clear out the south side, however, most of the enemies come down on the west. Watch them see. This is Hindenburger and gang. Sitting here next to this nice half-track. It's good play there. Allies really working hard to get these flanks up. However, I see that the Axis push on the chapel as we get another cap race coming in. This could be a close one. Lots of race breaks coming up. Maybe we could contest it a bit. Looks like We'll see. It's a lot of people. One satchel could end it all. Right, Spirit's really making hay with this bush and this smoke. Can't see anything. 76 just doing some cleanup here. Anything and everything. Maybe gonna take out my boy Brian. Something took out Brian. Brian. Alright. While all of this is happening, the blueberries have to regroup at their headquarters. Really don't have many garrisons on the map. Not sure the blueberries have any right now. Granted, they did just lose a point. Raspberries got some nice Garys. Here, got one at WN4. It's a nice move. As well as on, I don't remember, that's Hill something. Well, these guys are probably going to work their way up, try to get some garrisons down on the blue line. So they build one here with the supplies coming down. Alright. Let's see what Natty Gas does. The rifleman loadout. Getting super sneaky. Holding the line as Shadow Warrior runs into certain death. Just looking to see who all the cute people were in the chat. I see a couple. That Albonia guy, he's pretty cute. He smells good. Hello, Rebel Joe. Yes, I see you asking for VIP. You take a look at that link in the bottom right, discord.gg/the DAWG division. And then click on VIP panel. Rebel Joe, I know who you are. You're a monster. But now y'all know. Want to join the DAWG division? Want to get VIP? Want to have some fun? Join our Discord, and the answers you seek lie there. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. I've been watching the front lines quite a bit. What do we got going on over here? We got Stomp, Shrinking, Too Easy for you. Let's see what Too Easy does here. Looks like he's been in the back lines, probably tearing it up. Now, I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. Too Easy for you is a rat man. He likes to play in these back lines. Just to make you pay. Taking out your garrisons in the back. on down the road. So we saw him wiping an outpost there. Looks like he might build one for himself. And he gets his outpost down. As 8 -D gets taken down. Can't even pronounce that name. It's a family show. Alright. Darth Doom over here with Killer. Taking on Satchel Pool Boy. That is 3 DAWGs in one shot. If you don't like that, you don't like cinema. Raspberries. Really starting to overwhelm the blueberries again. Let's point back here. Where are they coming from? Is that Airhead? What they got back here? They got a garrison. Check that out. Sugar 50, go ahead, over. We got Spy. It's kind of terrifying. A little menacing here as these raspberries push across the field. Scotty Dubs. Warmth of the bush. Noodle gets popped. Scotty Dub's trying to save the day. He's taking on the whole team. What's he got? I don't know if he's killing those people. What? I hear an MG from Luke laying it down. This camera eventually. Let me see here. Let's see, what does this do? Let me aim laser. Look at that. Oh yeah. That's kick-ass, dude. Look at him scanning. Look at him scanning with the laser. Target POV. Can't see anything. Scotty Dub's still hanging out. I think Wood Wizard and Pseudo Slaps. Squirrely Dan. Let's see what they got. I mean, I guess you don't kill them if you can go RT. Still got Nukem laying it down though. Some Memphi. Not sure. It doesn't look like there is. Yeah, there is a garrison. Here. Everybody just spawned. Okay. Looks like maybe a bit of a Hail Mary here. However, there is a 76 rolling up. 75 must have taken over for the previous. Nope, I don't know what I'm talking about. We got the guy, we got Rez coming in. I'm scared. Trying to clear him off. This next point flickers a bit. Walnuts takes down. Real C note. Go Reds. Oh, that's all good. Yes, you did. Okay. Blueberries take control of that point there. Let's see, is that Garrison still back there? Oh, looks like they got it. Looks like the focus shifts back to Sunken Bridge. Now, if you didn't know, this point's called Sunken Bridge because there's a sunken bridge. And it's kind of a tough point sometimes, especially when you're approaching from WN4 over here. Really, the only way is to run across these fields or go the long way around to the bottom. However, while right here, let's see if we can't focus on some of these here dogs. We got Firefighter. Let's see what he's got. He's got a nice face full of water. We got Spy and Shy and Blue Balls, but they are not dogs. Let's see if we can find a dog. Sergeant Hill, I don't know if you are, but let's see what you got. It's taken down by Womble. Who also takes down a commander, a one-legged nut. Alright, 76, where'd she go? Maybe she's, yep, she comes back here for some repairs. Looks like the 76 sees this push coming up here. It's a struggle almost to get some infantry support. This Blueberries can come around. Maybe get some Germans over here on him. However, looks like he knows what he's doing backing up. I think he's that repair station that gets blown up by the enemy bomb German. That bomber, it looks like the Blueberries are going to try to push a bit. Womble, I'm not worried about the 76, probably just trying to get his OP down. Can't do much about it, 76 anyway. However, his buddies can. So maybe trying to get that OP down, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe just waiting on it. I bet he's waiting on it. Put it down recently. Got the 2-minute cooldown. I wonder if you can see the Sergeant Hill coming up. Oh, that looks like just in time. Almost probably gonna lay down here and maybe try to put down his outpost again. Let's free go on Walnut. Let's move up. Now, as course, I am not seeing it, but they're getting more pressure here on Mammoth Radar. Looks like the blueberries are starting to take it back again. We got kick in the nodes. Popping out some enemies. Glass of juice has been spilling all over the map. Outline 76 takes advantage of the infantry push. These buddies. This menacing front as Netanyahu floats across the map. Like a terrifying wizard. Looks like the res breaks up in the next push. Probably be able to cap this point. The 76 is just going straight for the HQ. Oh, Benedict chasing him and gets gunned down. Raspberries, another nice push from an airhead as well as. Well, that was an enemy garrison. They have no idea. Oh, maybe Cam does. Cam and Shy. Whoever blew up the 76. That would be the Panther. So it's a major ship. Tanker Gilly rolling up with the heavy Axis armor. Still losing the point, however, a little bit of momentum here. Maybe they'll be able to encourage their infantry. Probably not going to be able to. Infantry's a little too far back. But we do have a cap race that I missed again. I do think that perhaps the Allies winning the cap race, so that's probably going to be game. Alright. Well, good game to everybody. Nice job winning the match there, Allies. A one-legged nun. Good job. All right, let's take a break. I'll be back at the start of the next match. All right, we returned for round 2. I don't know what map we're on. Let's make ourselves a squad here. Looks like we got about 60 seconds to start. This is going to be SMDM US Offensive, which would be much easier to stream. Join the match here in about, let's see, oh, you can see the timer down there. I'm just trying to think through how I'm going to put the stream together. Once it starts, I'll just be patient. All right, here we go. Got the mass of blueberries coming straight for the barn. Looks like they'll take it pretty easily. Usually offensive matches start out that way. The attacking group usually takes the first point. Not sure what the next point is. I'm going to assume it's cattle sheds. While I adjust my stream, y'all watch Fancy Schmancy Push. All right, let's see. Looks like I need to swap these. Sorry, y'all. Normally when I'm in game, it's easy to see what's going on, but trying to manage this stream at the same time is the learning curve. So props to those that do it really well. All right. Should be good. Looks good. All right. All right, as we said, the Allies will probably take this point pretty easily, as they have. We got a recon tank maybe trying to cause a little bit of havoc here. All right, next point is cattle sheds. Cattle sheds is all the way over here. It's a pretty difficult point to take sometimes, just depending on how the other team plays it. Now, if you're newer to Hell Let Loose, what people tend to do is they put the garrison in these barns. Makes it more difficult to hit with a bombing run and the like. As you can see, that is what... Actually, that's an outpost. If you're playing offensive mode, you'll know that garrisons are very important if you're playing defense. So the Axis have one in the rear here. Let me get myself oriented. I have one here. I'm not sure if it's a default garrison. I think it must be. As well as default garrison right here in front of Swirly Dan. Initially, it seemed like the raspberries were going to hang out here on the radar, maybe try to hold out for a bit, but the blueberries just quickly overwhelmed them. Let's see who's that firing with the MG. Got PFC Albonia over here, running straight to the front line. Trying to wave his big stick. Let's see what he does. Gets popped by Kilroy. In all fairness, gray doesn't blend in with green very well. What were you thinking, Albonia? Really looks like the blueberries are pushing very hard. A little bit easy so far for them. Blitzkrieg is quickly becoming a one-man army over here. However, Goober comes up to help him out. Let's see if they can hold off this push of blue by some time. Looks like they will not. Goober seems optimistic as he becomes a noodle because of Noodle. And now he's spaghetti. All right, over here we still have the raspberries doing their best to hold off the blue. Sir Albania gets blown to bits, along with live wet notes. Gonna have a bad time when that happens. We got Wombat, not to be confused with Wombat, with Private Afro. Kerosene Cowboy, Glass of Juice. I don't know if you were watching the last match, Glass of Juice was dumping himself all over the map. Spilling. Killing. It looks like he has the same intention this match. Goober, Blitzkrieg, Eversman pushing out, trying to hold off this blueberry push from the east. Captain Dick Winters, unfortunately, is forced to eat the wheat raw. As we've been seeing, the blueberries are getting a nice push, apologies, from the east, as well as from the front door. Looks like they're having some fun over there. While that's happening, is that Audi Murphy driving around with the supply truck? It is not. It's Sniper Rex. Let's see what Sniper's up to. Is he gonna go resupply? That would be one hell of a highlight. Let's see what Sniper's got. Looks like maybe driving to the blue line here to set up a nice front door garrison. Yes, sir. That's the name of the game.
Seriously? What?
Oh, right. I see what the problem is. So you can't drop supplies in this area. I think you have to move ahead. However, there's supplies there. And the blueberries put a rip. Nice front door garrison, getting some pressure directly in front of the point. Well, these people out east trying to get some pressure, but the raspberries are pushing them off. All right, look at this wave, just sending it. Did hear a friendly tank here? Yes. We got the guy, 975, who I believe commanded last game. Giving his people some pressure. Sorry about the pauses. I'm hearing some of you say that it's hard to hear my voice over the explosions. Just adjusting my settings here. All right, sorry about that. All right, nice bombing run there. Takes out the Stewart from Commander. Who's a commander? I don't know. Put a nice bombing run there by the Axis commander. As you can see, the Allies are really trying to push it up the gut here. As the guy sits back there with his recon tank and continues to rain it down. All right, let's see what Sergeant Sphere's got over here. Sergeant Sphere mowing him down, keeping him busy, making him hate life as they push the point. All right. Looks like they saw spheres. That's the life of an MG, you know. You get a nice spot and take some people out, you do some damage, and all of a sudden you get shot. It's just the way it is. But it's a necessary evil. I got Albonia here, just chilling. Can't do much as a squad leader, really can't do anything. Maybe he can throw some smoke down. However, it looks like this enemy medium here is really going to do some damage. I'm sure he's calling out, asking for some infantry. Hey, where you at? Because we are on an island, and they're just gonna send it, man. It's one angry tank. Looks like they'll probably try to shoot the garrison. However, you cannot destroy default garrisons with the tank. So PFC Beto is gonna get out. Do it the old-fashioned way, but he is killed along with his crew as they push. Kind of an interesting situation right here. Awoken Frost maybe went to take a dump, walk around the house, take the new car for a spin. All the while, Well, there was a blueberry over here. All right, Allies pushing up again with another tank. Got a medium Sherman. Albonia moves up again. Maybe he'll throw some smoke ahead. Running right into bro. Bro, I'm titled? Tilted. I'm tilted. Okay. Sorry, I'm old. I don't know all these expressions. Captain Dick Winters, Albonia. Looks like Winters was gonna go for the satchel and then realized that's my buddy. Maybe not. If that's the case, don't worry. I've done it myself, Mr. Winters. It happens. Some nice rocket play here. Captain Dick Winters looking to become major. Runs up. Does a nice job with the satchel. Proxy satchel here. Doesn't look like they have any idea. Get some nice kills here. Let's see. Maybe one or two. We'll see what happens. This Winters goes down. Maybe Goober. Nice satchel. This Captain Winters lies there listening for it to go off. He takes out 3 enemies. Looks like somewhere along the way, the Allies were able to take out the Axis garrison, but the Axis got another up. Got Sergeant Sphere, Blitzkrieg, Natty Gas. Trying to hold it down. Well, the good news for the Allies is, despite losing their medium tank, they're able to go back to HQ. Get a nice new shiny 76. Let's see if they can take out this P4 in front of them. Got one good shot here. Let's see who we got in this tank here. Well, apologies. Let's get a better shot on that. Nice shooting by the 76. Takes down the enemy armor. Lone Nomad, making himself known. Let's check out his laser beams. Oh yeah. Lone Nomad. At the very least, putting down some nice fire for his buddies. All right, the 76 continues to push up. Cutlets, Swifty moves, Beto. Looks like maybe that was a mine. Just hit a tank mine there. And blueberries have a real nice push coming in here. Looks like not so much on the front door anymore. Mostly to the rear. I'm not quite sure. Looks like they're coming from this garrison over here in D5. So the blueberries continue to make a nice push. They have heavy tank, light tank helping them out. Let's see what they can do. Clearing them off a bit. And I do believe they took out the garrison on point, with the exception of this one back here. So I'm getting my teams mixed up. Apologies. Yeah. Okay. I know what I'm talking about. And the blueberries do a nice job clearing off those raspberries, who will look to come in and do a little bit of cleaning up here, but probably going to be a little too late. Well, definitely too late. All right. Next point is AA Network. Got some flares popped. Looks like there's some eager raspberries trying to rack up their kills there. However, keep in mind this is an offensive match, and really all they need to worry about is defending. As you can see here, we got sniper coming in, Bear Jew, some others working hard to set up shop so that they can flank these raspberries. All right, let's see how it's looking. Scotty Dubs back here. Let's see, Scotty, did you drop your supplies? Yeah. Pro move there. Maybe I already used them. However, there is some allied Commander Artie coming in to help him out. We're trying to hunker down, stay safe. Comes. I got a real nice push from these blueberries coming in straight up the gut here. Now, one of the things about AA Network is this can be a really tough point to, well, both defend and attack. If you're not familiar, this intersection here is called 5 points. As you can see, 5 roads coming together. And this is often where teams will try to make their way into the point. It's got a lot of cover. You can make your way in, set up a garrison, maybe a bunch of outposts, and then use these trees to push into the point. Additionally, you can see at this point, some of the other complicated things are on the east side. If you're defending, you pretty much just have a wheat field, which you can use to your advantage. If you have a nice vantage point, maybe set up a Belgian gate down here, climb up on top of it, take a gander over the field. But really, the only ways into the point that are fairly clear are straight up that road there, 5 points, or from behind. The right side's pretty tough. Axis also have some real nice cover here. Got this nice house they can use to mow down the enemies. Got these trenches. But it does look like these blueberries are going to push up with this tank here. Maybe make quick work of the Axis here. We'll see what happens. Sherman, we got Sherman Stewart. We got the guy doing work again. Quite a few dogs over here. We got Axe Pax, Firefighter. I guess just 2. All right, let's see what they do. Somebody from the ally is getting a little ambitious. Gandalf with Izzy, just D-Mac, driving straight onto the point. Let's see if they can earn themselves some medals here. Albania's not falling for it. Gandalf the Saggy, a little nervous, I think. Hearing that MG42 going off real close by. Doesn't realize, and neither do I, that the enemy garrison's right there. As Glass of Juice comes spilling out with his friendlies. Sergeant Sphere moving up here into the house, trying to get some nice fire down here with his MG. All right, like we said earlier, that is the necessary evil of playing MG. Doesn't matter how good of a spot you get. Maybe you'll knock 10, 20 dudes down, and then the next thing you know, you get blasted by a tank. All right. Axis team coming up with a P4, trying to clear them out from coming up the front door. We got Passing Bud 420 and a solo tank. Can't really do much there, of course, on his own. But we do have one ambitious, smooth player. The commander just going for it. Wants to build more garrisons. Ready to go. Maybe already built them. Maybe use those supplies already. First Sergeant Pierce, before getting gunned down, takes out his anger on the enemy supply truck. Blueberry's still getting a slow but steady push, taking advantage of the east side of this field. Really not much resistance. Looks like they're coming in from these garrisons over here with a nice line of OPs. Right into the point. Albania there, still there with this trusty MG42. And I am bad luck with the camera. Alright, looks like I missed a satchel there on that tank. Enemy tank. Axis tank goes down. Creeping death. Trying to creep onto the point. Slowly. Bringing the rifleman loadout. Let's see what he's got here. Pops Albania. Continues to creep as death becomes his fate. Sphere, Juice. Corkster and Glass of Juice. Doing a little dance. Make a little love. Getting down tonight. Let's see. Let's watch this garrison here. Maybe not. Ooh, a nice little airhead coming in. I'm gonna assume that is... what is that, an allied airhead? It's locked out. Tiro Fiho's looking for it. Not sure. You know, actually, I think that is an Axis airhead. Probably dropping it for a little bit of help, a little bit of insurance, because they're losing their garrisons here. Yep. Apologies again. Still learning the map, still learning admin cam. It's a nice move there by the Axis commander. Looks like that airhead helped a bit with clearing off some of that cap pressure as the blueberries continue to push in from the east across the wheat field. Maybe after the war they can enjoy some of it, make some bread, make me a turkey sandwich. Firefighter tombstone. Firefighter going around. Gonna meet Reamwell out here in the open. Maybe not. Carrying that grease gun. Firefighter gets popped. A lot of targets to choose from. Hard to pick the right one sometimes. All right, these blueberries. It looks like they're shifting more to the rear with their OPs. However, not much of a presence on the front. Likely because the Axis built this garrison here. Helped them clear off the front. So most of this allied push is coming in from the rear, coming in from the east. Sniper and Wombat duking it out. This sniper checks his phone. Back into battle. Sniper gets taken down by Heart J. With some angry rockets from Lieutenant Soup. Pickle juice. All right, Gandalf the Saggy coming in. See if he can avenge his buddy Sniper. Maybe not. Gonna go the other way. A little bit safer. Blueberry's getting a real nice advance onto the point. Trying to clear out these trenches. Axis Luke's comes up, passing Bud, trying to help out a little bit. Clear off this blueberry line here, but Gandalf the Saggy remains steady as he continues clearing out the trenches. Let's see, might not see behind him. Oh, nice shot, buddy. Beautiful. Now, I was going to have a soundboard, and I was going to play some Halo sounds, And that one definitely would have been a double kill, triple kill. But I don't want to be sued for copyright. So, nice job, Gandalf. Gandalf. Here's the outpost, wipes it. Well, Gandalf the Rambo finally gunned down after he wreaks havoc on the access point. X done a nice job here pushing those blueberries off the point. I really didn't think they were going to recover. Comes a bombing run. Looks like a Axis bombing run. Yeah, looks like maybe we got one, maybe two. All right, what are the allies working with here? Got this garrison here. Pretty nice flanking garrisons. Seems like they need to help themselves out here with more of a push on the front. Grumpa, some others, Sniper. They got the idea. It's really nice, of course, to have a flank coming in, but doesn't mean much if you don't have a front. Then your front just shifts and the flank becomes a new front. So really need to make sure you aren't coming in from different angles, as I'm sure the allies have been working on it. I haven't been watching the map. It's just hard to maintain it sometimes. Gladiator's going into the ring now. Wipes an outpost. Going to clear the trenches on his own. Maybe he's going to take out Imperial here. I think he had a pistol. I think Gladiator may have been out of ammo there. The blueberries with another nice advance onto the point. Contesting the point. It's looking like the blueberries are probably going to take the point this time. Axis did have a garrison over here on the front. Looks like it's taken out. Maybe their only spawns are some OPs. So, yep, looks like no hope on that point. I think the next point is going to be St. Marie du Mont. Yes, sir. And we will head that way. Now, if you have played Hell Let Loose for a while, you will know that when you get a point like St. Marie du Mont, you get this, you get all this cover. And either that makes players groan, or it makes them excited. It just kind of depends on what people prefer. I'm one of those people that when we get the town like this and we're attacking it, I tend to like it. Back in the old days, playing video games, we'd see a point like this, see this bell tower, and this tower would be the tower. That would be all we would be focused on in a match like this. Every time, I want the bell tower. But times have changed, and everybody knows that. So everybody's shooting at the bell tower. However, Sig's gonna give it his best, and I can't fit in there. Godspeed, Sig, the sniper. The Allies really dropping some nice commander arty. It is quite a run, but already you can see the allies are starting to create a half moon here with a nice airhead to the rear. Let's see what the allies can do with this airhead. Pretty much have them completely surrounded. I'm not sure any of the raspberries know about it. There's already supplies there. And if those supplies are there from the allied commander from ahead of time, that is a pro move. Very nicely done. Blueberries get a little bit of a spawn. Probably don't know about the airhead, but I imagine that commander shouting, "Everybody spawn on the airhead. Build the garrison. There's still 100 supplies." I would be. Is he dog? Maybe gonna sit down a satchel and take out this barbed wire here. Very nicely done. Just give his teammates a nice avenue into the southeast corner of Saint Marie Dumas. Get another decent wave. Still more supplies, 150 supplies. If only a squad lead would spawn. Now, I'm going to call it ahead of time. If you're a squad lead and you're going to spawn here and not build a garrison, I'm going to give you a hard time. Because I know the commander is still no squad leads. Maybe they're working on their OPs, I don't know. Let's watch one more spawn here and see what happens. All right. We got Axe Packs. Axe Packs, you gonna be the savior? You gonna be the savior? He's got his watch out. He's got his watch. Doing some investigating. Looking for the best spot for it. Looks like Axe Packs gets the garrison down. Very nicely done. Gold star for you. Alright, so the allies, as you can see, have done a pretty nice job surrounding the town already. And this is what I mean by some people really hate this point. There's lots of ways in the point. It's easy to miss an airhead drop like that one. All of a sudden you got all these people in the back flooding in with the smoke. It's chaos. While at the same time you still got all these guys coming in the front. We got Space Case here. Tombstone Smash. It's Tombstone Smash, I should say. The raspberries really doing their best here. Think the allies are going to get the best of them on this push. Maybe I'm wrong. But Jalapeno, Bloodbath. I think it's Bedivere or Bedivere. Are going to do what they can in the P4. Nice flare there. Who was that? Rez. Very nice flare. Lighting up all these blueberries over here. Showing off this P4 for the team. Sorry about my dog. Give me a second here. So Rez with the nice flare likely shows off the P4 for the team. P4, what am I talking about? The Sherman, who's taking on the P4. Looks like they might be aware of each other. Just trying to get a better spot here. Jalapeno and gang. Making it a little bit spicy. They take one shot at the Sherman. Hit the car. There's a lot of things they gotta fire through right here. Let's see if this P4's got it in them. Cutlets. This rear end's sticking out a little bit. Looks like they'll be able to get a nice shot here. A lot of obstacles in the way. However, the Sherman goes down with the help of Awoken Frost. Nice job. Maybe with some rocket play there, and he redeploys. Very nice. All right, allies continuing to push in, squeezing them. However, since we were last over here, we see that the Axis have managed to clear out this southeast edge over here. So there's a garrison here, but no more. Maybe it was Pickle Juice. He's taking on Grumpa and Intrepid Hound. See if he can get a grenade, take out that OP over there. Maybe not. It's really going for it, though. Gandalf the Saggy with the double kill before being juiced by Pickle Man, who gets pierced as he attempts to make a move. Intrepid Hound, Sergeant Pierce, Grumpa on a bit of an island, surrounded by raspberries. However, their friends are doing their best trying to come up here, the front door. It's Axis P4 putting in some work here. I think he rocks a... What was that, a recon tag? I don't even know what that was. Let's see what Izzy Dog's got here. Izzy Dog becomes another casualty of war. However, Soul Elephant, First Sergeant Pierce. I'll see what they do. Soul Elephant. Maybe he has a satchel. Yeah, he's got the satchel loadout. Maybe trying to save it here. Let's see what he does. Steps on a mine. Tuna, tuna, tuna. Happens to me all the time, buddy. All right. All right, the spirits are doing a real nice job. Let's see who we got in these other teams here. Guess I can't really be that when I'm in admin cam. Got Albonia out here. Making himself some chunky soup. Along with the boof. And your boy, Joe Fresh. Who gets mowed down. Not quite. And Bonia with the triple kill. Maybe a quad. Got Noodle coming up over here. Would you like some noodles with your soup? Yes, I would. As Bonia and Squish become a menace to society. Looks like Squish was going for the subs. However, they gave themselves away when Saggy builds the Gary. Looks like Boney is going to get the Gary. Oh, nice move here. Gets the triple kill. Gets the soup. Takes out the Gary. As Gus will probably take him out here. What a real nice play by Bonia. All right. Man's a menace. Let's see what happens here, and then we'll switch what we're doing. Bonia looks like he's hungry for blood, dude. And he gets 4. Probably more than that. All right. Raspberries continue to hold the church very strongly. So blueberries are sort of stuck in this fatal funnel here. Really need to work on getting a flank, as I'm sure they know. They're stuck here getting mowed down by MG fire. Don't know if that P4 is still around. They got people like Nomad, people like Sig, Albania, making themselves known on this funnel of death. Boy, oh boy. Don't know what that sounds like on the stream, but I can tell you what, it sounds distorted here. It's probably real loud for you. All right, blueberries have shifted their funnel. Still trying to get in there. Still struggling. Doing their best. So jalapeno still here with the P4. Jalapeno and crew, bloodbath, whatever. That is a lot of blue. Let's see what Rez is up to down here. The Mine Man. Now, if you haven't played with Rez before, Rez is a mine mastermind. Maybe we can call him the Master Mine. But Rez is an excellent placer of the explosives. Lots of MG fire. Very loud. Very distorted. P4 continues to roll around the point, wreaking havoc. Might get... Bro, I'm tilted here, maybe not. Mows him down. So you can see there's a lot of smoke on the point now. Some people might say that the smoke is for concealment, but actually what it is it's from this tank crew here. It's from a barbecue. They're making hamburger. Alright, we got Cam. Looks like he's menace at the moment. Mowing down 2. Looks like he probably got 3 or 4 on the way. And he gets popped by Sergeant Waite. We're big over here. Spilling the blood of swine. Oh. He gets what? Oh. Well, you did get a lot of them. I think you're blinking. Goodbye. Can tell I'm getting tired, getting quiet. But in the end, these blueberries, raspberries, are doing a really nice job keeping the Allies off the point here. It seems like the push continues to shift different directions for the Allied assault. The Axis have been sniffing it out, shifting pretty well, pretty easily, seeing where they're coming from. War pig over here. Again, looking for blood. We got a party up here in the tower. We got Sig, Blitzkrieg, First Sergeant D. Blueberry's trying to sneak in behind. It's just DMAC becomes a dining facility, or a defect, as they say. They are close. Oh. And Soul Elephant becomes Cooked Elephant. But I can't blame him, dude. I'm glad I'm not fighting this fight right now. Sergeant Sphere. Enjoying the cobblestone bricks. Looking for the enemies. Getting shot at from who knows where. He's gonna just send it. He's not scared. Going in there like Sergeant Cylinder, rolling around. Can't turn. Straight is the only option. Let's take a look at this map here. Looks like the blueberries are pretty much stuck coming in from the west. Trying to figure out something to the north. However, they're not having a good time. Got a bombing run here from the Allied commander. Gets a few. Makes a lot of dust. But it does not affect dust off. Saying his first rodeo. Let's see what Sig's doing up here with that, what is it, the FG-42 he's got? Let's see what Sig's looking at. It's gonna get some nice shots here. Ops one. Looks like the blueberries are pretty angry with Sig here. As I get stuck in the church. There's no way out. I'm doomed. Forever. Oh my. How do I get out of here? Let's watch Sig. Sig's just popping them. Laying it down. Menace to society. What's she doing down here, Commander? Smooth playa. Looking for some Gary spots. Izzy Dog, Wheat Gnome. Saki. Dumping smoke, trying to get in there. Saying, hey guys, we got 4 minutes left. It's now or never. You have got to get some pressure on this point. Axis commander sniffs it, bombs it, gets a few of them. Two and a half minutes here. These blueberries are going to give it their all, give it everything they have. Coming out of this real tiny space here, straight up the gut. A lot of grenades. Nice grenades. Let's see what they can do. Sphere out here with his MG. Sphere's just gonna lay it down. Maybe not. I'm just seeing that smoke. He is laying it down. Alright. Looks like they held him off pretty well. Minute 40 here. Not sure the blueberries are going to be able to make it happen. Unless something crazy happens. Maybe I miss an airhead coming down. Looks like the Axis team is going to hang on and get the dub. Into the jaws of death. All right. Yeah, looks like Hail Mary here, but it's going to be too late. Too late. Unless nope. All right. Great game. Good job to both teams. Really nice job for the Axis team holding that there. And I think that's going to be it. So appreciate y'all watching. It's my first time streaming like this. Hope it was fun. Join us on our next DAWG cast. The time's to be determined. But as you can probably hear, I need to go to bed. So appreciate it. And y'all have a good one.